That's not what I'm trying to do. This isn't a money making venture for me. Anytime anybody gives me gifts, I regurgitate it to other TikTokers who do the same thing I do. That's it. I couldn't tell you how to monetize it. So how does she know literally the details of how to monetize the page that's only been really open with Lisa in it for what, 3 days, 4 days? How does she know? Apparently this weekend they start getting paid $1.30 per person in the lives. I again don't doubt it at all. Don't doubt it at all. When has Kim done something for Lisa's benefit? Somebody tell me. Right. Kim did all that she did because A, she's power hungry, let's be honest. But B, she got something from it. She claims like, oh, I used my boyfriend's money to help her. Again, then you're an enabler, you're not a helper. But if you want me to believe that you're home all day, you don't work, you have a child, and you're not going to try to get any of the money, they split that money. What the percentage is, I don't know. But this is to tell you what happened when Kim got mad. Anybody remember what happened a few days ago when Kim got mad? What'd she do? Put it in the chat. What did she do, yo, when Kim got mad? Oh, yeah, I know she doesn't have custody. She shouldn't have custody. Exactly. She released them tapes that Lisa didn't even know existed. Which, again, how can Kim sit in a live and act like she's her savior, protector, etc., when you turned around and released these phone calls that are damning, not only to Lisa's behavior, but to yours? And now you want to save her life? I don't buy it. I don't buy it at all. Yeah, she did. You can go to YouTube right now and listen to the phone calls. And it is illuminating. It is illuminating. First of all, she did this in the Discord, but she reveals her choice, her favorite. She reveals the lies that they're going to tell so she can get funds. They talk about the accounts that are being created to get it on. And they're like verifying, like, this is this and that is that. There's a recording where she gets chased down by a woman who thinks that she's stolen her stuff, and they get into a fight. There's recordings of her literally in the house. Why would you release that if you care about her? Oh, I'm sure she did. I don't spend as much time in Reddit, but I wouldn't doubt it, Loca. I wouldn't doubt it, because you got to remember, Kim is in Lisa's life as a leech. Kim had a platform before Lisa, but Kim wasn't nobody before Lisa. Now she is. You can't say Lisa without Kim. That's what Kim wanted. And let's be clear, Kim isn't clean either. And I think that this is a security blanket in case in case Lisa were to go. Because if Lisa went into treatment, there'd be no reason for her page to be open, right? So what would Kim do from her Dead Inside account? There'd be nothing she could do. But if she can convince everybody now that the account to go to is on Discord and it's an account she controls, why would...
Please. So there's that. She could have look, I wish I had the opportunities that were in front of her. I had to go to jail to find them. But I'm grateful for the path that I'm grateful that, it's the way. That's why I said she might have to go to Allegheny County. And that's, as I said yesterday, you don't want to go to ACJ. And that's just the county jail. It is horrible there. I personally ain't ever been there, but I've known many of people that just got horror stories. People die up in that county jail.
And this is the thing, that what she's gone through. I heard somebody else say, and I agree. Lisa's bottom has a basement, but
yeah, for sure.
When she finally hits like that basement, what's she gonna do? What's she gonna do? And the fact that she hasn't even tried to see Jace, she didn't even go to court on the day that she did, but she grifted all of that money so that she could be dressed properly and have a way there. And then she turned around and went online and then jumped right back in chat asking for more money. Like, what don't y'all see?
Let me go back, Tekla. I listened to that whole entire Discord and wanted to get in there so bad and couldn't get in. I really need to speak on that. I have something to say about this. And listen, as far as the kids, I couldn't go around my kids. I didn't visit my kids. When I left, my oldest was 12, my youngest was 6. I just stopped going up and visiting my youngest when she was with her dad. She didn't see me till 4 years later. My oldest would see me periodically. She was living with a good friend of mine. She would see me periodically, and I would always tell her the same thing. I'm going to go get help. And I didn't. It took me 4 fucking years. And we don't want to, if we're in the thick of it, and, we're not trying to visit or call anybody that has anything to do with reality. Because that starts bringing us down, and then we got to get elevated so we don't think about it, and we're just not guilt and shame, man. It isolates you.
Yeah, I see that.
I think you're I can never. Her name messes my brain up. I swear, man, it short circuits my brain. And for you to envy. There it is. I spit it out.
What, they want to come up or something?
I think she's trying to figure out how. Wait, the bottom is pink, blue, orange. Press that. She knows how to get up in a box. I've seen you in boxes before, Envy. Are you talking about over there in Discord?
I mean, I will invite you to Envy, and you can answer that and come up. I sent the invitation. Unless you meant...
No, I really don't. There's no option to request.
You raise your hand in the Discord at the very bottom.
Oh, yeah. It's just a little hand thing, Envy.
Right. And you click on that and you get to raise your hand. Hi, and what?
Hi, hello, I never get in the box. I never would. But on this, I need to speak on. I listened to that whole Discord, and I haven't followed Lisa, but I did go back and go down a rabbit hole for a little while to understand what this is about.
Right.
I have to speak on this because people need to understand that she's not clean at all by any means. And what I mean by that is, yes, she's in a maintenance program and she's, on the dome. If I don't know what you can say up here.
Benzo.
Right, which I don't understand that because
Yeah, I don't mean either.
When I was prescribed for years, both the pins and the I don't know what we could say.
We get it.
So at one point, my pain management doctor said, you need to make a choice. I can't give you both.
Yeah, right.
And then I had to taper off of everything and get clean because it was just getting out of control. Now, I got clean using the subs, and I tapered off that way and went through recovery and all of that. This girl is in a maintenance program receiving Doan, and her DOC is the rack, right?
No.
No.
Her DOC, why she's on the mat, her DOC is the H in the ills. That mat stops her from being able to use them. So,
Okay.
but she's explained it many times that she fails her urines and don't get the take homes because she has a prescription from her primary doctor and not a psychologist. But that's because, and her primary doctor gives her she goes to the pharmacy, fills it. And that's why she's getting the dirty urines from the clinic, because she's not. That's a lethal combination. Yeah,
It is, and that's what they said to me, that's what can end your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
and she's not taking them as prescribed, because her and I have said, I got into her, I don't know, it was probably about a year ago, and I said, are you taking the prescription as prescribed? And she couldn't answer it. She said, then she answers and says, you know the answer to that. I said, well, I know the answer to it, but I need you to say it out loud.
right.
And she
that
wouldn't.
picture that her sister took of her, that was clearly someone, because I've been in that situation where I've taken all of my pins at one time, and I looked exactly like that, passed out, nodded, head back, mouth open. Like it clearly was someone who took all of it at one time.
Yeah, well, and we know what time of month that is too. Ain't it wild that we know her cycle? That's why I told her, and I told her on the phone too, go take a deep dive on yourself. Go watch yourself for a little while.
Right. And that's what it's doing for me. And we almost losing everything, and my husband walking out and all of that. So, and I went through that process. But this Kim girl, first of all, Tech, I was so, like, the codependency on the toxic behaviors, she's done nothing but help her, get more and more and more. And now all of a sudden you're trying to help her get clean. It doesn't make sense. None of it makes sense to me. And then when you got in the Discord and she was just talking to you like that, I was getting so angry because I'm like, you have no idea the people who have reached out for her. You have no idea, the people who have tried to help her, and you're talking to them like they don't know anything. Like, oh, I just wanted to jump through the phone and smack her. So
I think it's funny how she thought I was Carmen. I was like, who in the fuck are you talking to right now? Talking to me that I'm stalking Lisa. I don't even go to her lives anymore. What are you talking about?
Right. I was laughing at that. I was laughing so hard.
I swear they say anything.
It just made me so angry. I was getting so mad. I'm like, shut up. This girl needs to just shut up. Like, literally, you are absolutely the most toxic person for this, for Lisa. And it's just a weird dynamic. Like, listening to them, it's so weird.
Well, that's why I said I can't wait to find out what's really going on, because and the sad thing is too about it, and I do got to, I'm not that I'm defending Lisa, but I've heard some shit out there. You'll believe anything that is thrown out there about Lisa now.
Yeah.
Because, people can throw out the most outlandish shit, and most people are going to be like, yeah, I believe that shit. You know what I mean? That's the one sad part. But
I think Kim is behind a lot of the lies.
Yeah, and the ones that were coming up into the box and they were crying for her and fangirling over Lisa, them were plants too. Them are, hey, I need you to come into this Discord and come up and act like she's the greatest,
Right. I was getting so mad. I'm like, when did this turn into celebrity status?
Yeah.
When do we start glorifying these behaviors? Do people forget like what she said about her son? Do people forget when she came out trying to feed the homeless? Do people forget like all the things that she did prior to losing her son? Everyone's like, oh, we know that was your downfall. That's when it got worse, yes, but that's not her downfall. She's been doing this for years.
Which is how I would like to see. I'm not awareness. I just anti-BS, but
Right.
more awareness on. Focus on not so much the beggar, because then that gives them people going over. You know what I mean? That highlights them. Highlight the behaviors of in general. You know what I mean? Keep putting out there that, they work on the heartstrings. And if somebody is been doing something for longer than 3 months, they are not in the solution.
Correct.
So you coming up on here every single day, getting what you need. Where is the solution? You're still all up in the fucking problem.
Yeah.
Yep. I say that they're looking for a handout, not a hand up. That's the difference.
Yeah.
So
And it's very clear that
if someone comes on and they really need, like, you use the example, she paid all her bills and her $100 electric bill is left. And that's all she's asking for. And then she goes on with her life. And let's say 6 months later, something else happens. Like, for instance, I know with my electric, in the winter, it's barely anything. And then, of course, for the central air in the summer, it literally doubles.
Right.
So I could see someone coming and being like, oh, my goodness, I wasn't expecting this much. But for people who are like, I need you to feed me today. I need clothes from you. I need for you to pay all of my bills, and then still get evicted after people gave you money to pay your bills. You're not in it for what you just say those things to give something for people to hold on to. Well, I sent money for her apartment. I wasn't sending money for anything else. But whatever you sent it for, that's not what she's using it for, ma'am.
Right. It's wild. This whole thing is so wild to me. I didn't know that addiction could be glorified this way. I was so ashamed of it. I would never talk about it. I would never beg for it. I would never put it out there. So this whole thing is like, whoa. It actually triggered me going down the rabbit hole to where I struggled, because I just was getting angry at the people who glorified this and sitting there listening to this like she's some type of celebrity and this Kim girl is like her agent. I'm like, what is going on here? This is weird.
Anybody triggered, I'm sorry. Make sure that you walk away and take care of yourself.
I did. And I got off. And Tech, you see me on here. I got off for a while and I stayed away for a while because it was just not good. It was not healthy. Everybody was fighting. It was always something.
Yeah,
right. Why you bring that up, Tech? I got a question for you. One of the things that I say every day on here is that the scammer community doesn't need to band together against the awareness community, because the awareness community is going to implode on itself.
Well, pretty much, yeah. I mean, it also has its cycles, and then there's some I call them sagas. You got the Lisa saga. You got the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a saga going on right now. I go back to the shadows, man.
Right.
I unplug when I need to unplug, because I came here for a distraction, a community, just to, because I was freaking bored. And when it starts becoming a negative thing, I have to be like, whoop.
That's why I love your lives. You play music, you have like optimistic, you talk about things, you're real about it. Like this is what I say, like I only go on and I get off when you get on and get off. When you're difficult. And there's a struggle. And then this whole Lisa thing, I'm like, whoa. I went down that rabbit hole and I'm like, got so involved in that. Just watching, I didn't say anything. I stay in the bush mostly.
Right.
I don't comment, I just listen. And then when I hear something that's inappropriate, I'll speak on it. Like when they did that live on Jen, I spoke on that because it's just not right. And I don't like that Nicole girl, so I spoke on that. Yeah, so I don't even know what my meaning was here. I'm sorry.
Girl. See, that's why you fit in over with me.
I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore.
You're all right. You are all right. Because this is a lot.
That shit all the time.
I'm so tired. I worked 50-something hours this week. I'm tired.
Well, get some rest, man.
Yeah, I'm going to get off. I'm going to go grab coffee while I was calling my name.
I be squirreling all the time.
You guys have a great day. I might come back out later, but I just had to speak on that whole dynamic and Kim and
weird.
It's just weird.
I haven't put my finger on it yet, and like I said, that's why I said that when I was over there, I was thinking in the future she really does get straight. One of these days she's not honest. Neither one of them are. How are they going to sit there and say, tell him, Kim, you were on a 3-way with me, and the nurse said, bitch, I don't believe anything Kim says. What you think is Kim? Right. She's good.
No thanks.
Why? How does Kim know more answers about Lisa's life?
Listen, yeah.
It's weird. It's so weird. But I love that you got involved. I love that you spoke up, and I don't like the way that girl.
I did it for the clout.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
I'm gaining clout off you. And the other thing is, you're getting paid off my name. Where?
Oh, she's good.
Where?
I love it. It's great. All right, ladies, you have a great day. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you for coming up. You're welcome anytime.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, her name always makes my brain stutter. To spit that, I don't. Yeah, I say it right in my head, and then when I go to spit it out, it never wants to come out right.
Yeah, I do that with not the one sometimes.
Yeah. I got a bunch of names that I chop them up.
It's the 3 that always throws me off.
Yeah,
I'll be able to say the list is wild. Let me find that real quick while I have you up here.
Hey, Danny said 2 women who lost their boys. It doesn't surprise me they're latching on to each other. Yeah.
Here go the words. Now, how are you going to not say these words?
Put me in the small box.
Okay.
Because they can't see. I can't see that shit.
I can't see it either.
I don't know where my magnifying glass is. Yeah, I'm at that age now. Yeah, go ahead, make fun of me.
Hold on.
You know how to do it?
Yeah.
That's not the one I'm talking about.
Oh, can you guys see it now?
Now it's chopped. Now you got it all chopped.
Oh, now it's chopped up. What?
You need the one that has you're all big and nope.
Right. Yeah.
It's a grid. It's a grid pattern. It's the very first one, I believe.
Okay. Let me.
And that'll get that whole thing in.
And now let me do the grid. Oh, grid or panel? Oh, yeah. Okay, panel.
Maybe it's panel. Yeah.
Yeah, switch to panel.
There you go. Well, that still kind of helped it out. It's cutting off. I'm seeing cut off. Maybe they're seeing the whole picture.
Well, you know what? I'm just going to read the words.
There you go.
So these are the words that are supposedly no longer allowed. The word pen, bio, that's going to kill Carl. Link, viral. I want to be able to say viral. Dupe, which again doesn't make sense. Why can't I say this is a dupe of something? Follow, which make sure you like, share, and follow. Why can't I tell people to follow me? That doesn't make sense. The word sale. You can't say like, comment, share. You can't say the name of any other social media platform. You can't say FYP. You can't say For You page.
Get out of here.
You can't say scoop. You can't say numbers.
I gotta fact check this shit. She's spreading misinformation.
You can't say spam or AD, and I'm not sure what AD. Oh, ad. That's probably ad because they said that they're really starting to crack down. Now, my thing is this though. It's against community guidelines to talk about or directing people to a financial institution, but y'all don't cover that. It's also against community guidelines to beg for money, but y'all don't do that. But you were gonna stop a content creator who's starting out so that they can't say like, comment, and share. Make it make sense. Make it make sense to me. And I said this yesterday. Kiki went to YouTube. Lisa's going to Discord. You're gonna and first remember Lisa went to Facebook first. You are going to find that all of these scammers start creating accounts in other places so that in case TikTok folds on them for whatever reason, they already have an established relationship with people in the other app.
Do you know that Snap makes money? Do you know she makes money off her Snap?
Who?
Anybody who does Snapchat. Lisa's making money off of her Snap.
Wow.
It's not fact checked as far as, what she's acquired, but you can make you can monetize off of Snapchat by just the videos.
Yeah, well, yes, that I knew. I didn't even know.
I don't know, Danny. But
I didn't even know she was on Snapchat.
Listen, girl, she's pretty covering all of them. She was on. She went from Facebook, then wasn't working at Facebook. She was over on IG for a little while. She would go over to IG and she would, I keep following this bitch around. I don't know. But yeah, she's establishing herself everywhere to where she can cycle out and rotate them.
Correct.
Because TikTok's going to be gone here real soon. Find me on YouTube. It's in my link tree.
Oh, okay. Definitely will just check.
True, $1 a minute for Discord. I'm not sure.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm trying to follow your chat too, hon. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. That's okay. One thing that we said we were going to do because it's impossible to follow all of them. And so I wanted to know if we were going to consistently cover 10 scammers, and maybe we'll say 8 and we'll leave 2 open for anybody who shows up new. What are the scammers we want?
Oh, shit. Yeah. It depends. It depends on if you want to. Okay, when I see TikTok, I see the streets. Okay, I see lower level. I see Lisa's. You know what I mean? The lower level ones, the ones that are street level. Then I see ones that are blue collar, and then the white. Or the white. What do they call it? White collar crime. It just depends on. Yeah, drama twins. They're giving you down there. Jordan Paul, Gina, Mo.
Oh yeah, Jordan Paul pissed me off last night. She pissed me off last night. She gets an apartment. She gets them to give her the down payment for the apartment, give her the money to get the electricity. Oh. She got everything out of storage. Stop it, mother man. And then she claims that she drove. So she's sitting in her car on live. Why aren't you home? Okay. She claims that she drove to the other side of town to get gas because she doesn't want anybody to know where she lives. But now that she's at the gas station, she doesn't have the money for the gas. So why would you go to the other side of the city for gas if you don't have the money to go back and forth, right? Then she's at work, at the apartment. And when I tell you that her gaming room is better than most people's bedroom, I was like, where you get all that stuff from? And you've been homeless for a year. I'm confused. But anyway, someone was giving her a couch. So she was like, I had to move stuff around and make sure that there was room for the couch. Okay, cool. Now she's up there talking about she hasn't eaten for 3 days. Anybody who believes that, I have an island to sell you in the middle of Alaska.
Yeah.
A tropical island.
Yeah. Listen, here, you know what I hear? Believe that one, I'll tell you another.
Right.
Believe that one, I'm telling you another. Damn it, I got you. I see. You one day go ahead and make yourself a collage of all of the top 10, right? Have that picture behind you, and then talk about how they manipulating and how they be getting you and all that. But yeah, do have all of them behind you. Do a collage. And put how long they've been on out on us. I know she took a phone call the other day. She'll take a phone call and just leave you hanging in a box. I get it. I could definitely relate. It happens. Must be making money. Yeah, something going on over there. I ain't put my finger on it though. But I did want to go back to this one chat because is that that chick's house or is that yours?
No, it's my storage area.
Let me go back. This one chick said, and now I'm talking about tech now. I was like, wait, what the fuck's she talking about? And then I had to go back up and see the other comment. I was like, oh, okay. I'm talking about tech right now. I was like, wait, what? What's Samantha saying? Oh, shit.
But yeah, because she claims she hasn't eaten for 3 days. My thing is this: anybody you don't even have to have been homeless, but anybody who has been homeless, they know exactly where they can get food from.
Oh yeah, we're very resourceful.
She definitely could have had breakfast, lunch, and dinner at not all 3 in one day, but she definitely knew where she could go to get food. She does it for sympathy, and I don't understand how the mods sit there and promote it. Like, why do y'all feel like it's okay for her to lie to people to get their money?
Because of the I'm getting hate because they see people's videos and some people literally give them because they feel there's in a sense they feel like they're being stalked, like Amanda. Okay, I literally seen her rack pipe on her thing and she tried saying it was a damn lip gloss. Girl, stop it. Stop. We seen it. Now, they block me because I'll say something that ain't bullying, but it's something that gets me blocked immediately. Okay. And it's usually, hitting licks. Are we hitting licks here? Or, I got blocked over Amanda's for telling her to get a fucking tent. That bitch needs a tent. Get a tent. I'm going to tell you.
Okay, wait. Danny and Gabby.
Why do these guys get so rude? But some people like being. You ever go to restaurants that the staff is rude to you? You pay to be getting insulted. Like Deb.
I'm gonna go back to something sus. A lot of people. It was also the request of the family that people stop engaging with Lisa, stop with her lives. It was supposed to be, there was an attempt to do a blackout. The problem was that it wasn't monitored properly, in my opinion. So that what ended up happening was that new people who had just come across her page didn't know anything about her, and because there was very little awareness being brought about her, because everybody's in a few weeks, people were back to talking about her because she became ridiculous. She was lying to people. We found out about the cancer patient, which she says is a lie. Regardless, somehow you stole $100 from that woman who had been helping you, to the point where her husband cut her off from access to her own money because he was afraid she was going to send it to you. That woman should have never had to go through that. There should have been enough awareness out there that she should have been able to go see, find it, and then make the right decision for her and her family. So let's look at Carl, for instance.
Oh my Lord, I can't.
Nobody has said we need to stop covering Carl. Nobody. People have stopped, but that's because he's lost his money train. There was enough awareness going on within his lives, outside of his lives. People were messaging people on the back end, like, hey, listen, he's a scammer, whatever the case may be. It's gotten so bad for him. He doesn't even have the energy and the gumption to go on live. He just has that poster up. He lets that sit there for however long. And then when he's sick of sitting there with that, he shuts it down.
He is the cleanest, most comfortablest homeless person I've seen in my entire life.
You know what he said to me? I said to him one time, you don't look homeless. He said to me, I went outside and took a shower in the rain. And I said, well, if you went outside, where were you in?
He was pluff. When he said that then one time he said, I'm so uncomfortable, and he was fluffing up his pillow in his hotel room. That really pissed me to fuck off, because I was like, man, because there ain't too many people that are really homeless out there enjoying fucking hotel pillows. Let me tell you.
Correct.
Because most like me, if I did get hotel money from one of my tricks, I wasn't going and spending $60 on a fucking hotel room to get out of the elements. I'm going to a trap house where all I got to do is throw out a bump.
Correct.
But
I think that's why people like you are so important, because you have a level of detail and specificity that I don't have because I wasn't in the game.
Right.
And you're able to call people out on their BS.
I wish people would start looking more out to the community, their local community, to help assist some people that are homeless or struggling. Like, if you really dig into your local community, I bet you would find a bunch of church-based, mom and pop-based programs that really help the community, that rely only on community donations. And it doesn't even have to be monetary. Clothes, furniture, just whatever. And they solely go based off of community donations. And some of them are struggling, but they're out there. They're out there. I have the Harvest Basket in my area, and it's a God-given, beautiful program. And they do Thanksgiving baskets. Toys for Tots is the signups. They're almost over. Go check out Toys for Tots. Listen, even if you think I'm doing good, that frees up a little bit of cash that you could put elsewhere in the groceries. It's almost done though. Toys for Tots is wrapping up. Wow. But that stuff too, like if somebody keeps saying we ain't got no resources, we did the resources, it's certain things that you hear and you're like, wow, I've heard this bitch saying this for the last fucking year and a half. But
it's like, well, they want to stay. It's obvious that they're not using it for the purpose.
Or are they lying to the caseworker and they're not saying that she ain't in the house? Because them and anything that goes to do with them kids as far as welfare assistance should follow the kids. Correct. So where are them kids? What is her plan? And why ain't she? You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. And I heard a couple things come from him that yeah.
Situation. Okay. So
you go down on deep dive on that one. I'm gonna throw you a couple things.
Okay, so we got Lisa, Kim. I'm assuming Kim is Swiss roll.
And Lori came from Lisa. Lori was one of Lori's one of the ones that was down in the chat, because she was over in her live one time and she said, Lisa denied an Instacart. I'll take that Instacart.
Oh yeah.
That's what she was looking for. But that's my unpopular opinion. Time will tell. Time will tell on it all. Just sit back and watch, man, for a little while.
I tell everybody before you give any money, watch them for a week, and in a week's
Long.
time, they will reveal who they really are. But give it a week, because like I tell people the story of the woman who came in. She was so upset. She gave Detroit Nike $60 because that's what he said he needed to get out of the elements. She was so happy and proud of herself that she gave to somebody who was in need. She comes back to the live and he doesn't say anything. He continues to ask for the money. So then she's like, hey, I sent you the $60 for your hotel room. He said, stop lying, and kicked her out the live. Devastated her.
Mm.
And I'm like, do y'all see how they do? They don't want you to say what you sent because then they cannot continue to grip. They just want you to say, you're welcome, and walk away.
I want to. I'm gonna one of these comments. CJ, I think Andy is legit. She said she's okay with the girls staying with him for their mental health. So she's making really wise decisions. And here's my thing: if he says she's not on rugs, then what the fuck is she doing then? She's supposed to be clean, right? Correct? She's supposed to be sober in recovery for what, 8 years? She's only does her subs, so. Then her life is unmanageable then. How? Why? If that's not in play. Is there a shopping, gambling? I mean, I don't get it. And it's not up to her where them girls are. I don't believe is if she has a case. You know what I mean? The case right now and yeah. I'm going to stop talking about it. Because it pisses. Because the whole thing. He got on one day saying, "I'm only coming on here to tell her what it is. Fuck this TikTok shit." He been on every day since.
Yes, he has been. It's again.
You know why?
Because he wants the popularity.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because everybody blew him up that first day. She said, "Look at that total you got. You can have it all. I'll keep what I got. You keep what you get."
Wow.
That first night when he ended that live and she showed, because somebody in that house showed him his balance at the end of the night. He was like, holy shit. He didn't go to work the one day because it was raining. Dude, you was inside working the day before that. I know contractors. I know how they work. I know how they schedule. If you know you got rain, you have the inside job. So then the day after that, he was sitting on live talking about her. And, it was nice and sunny out. Why would you back doing that little roof you had? And the attention that he gets from the women. Ladies, what is your problem down up in the chat? My fault. Wow, it's just crazy. And you know what? Kudos to them. That's why I really talk about it. I'm venting right now. Shit.
You are welcome.
Fucking chat. It's a chat's fault, man. Why would y'all bring them up?
Well, we wanted to see fiery text. Let's go. Okay, so let's talk about it. We have Lisa, Kim,
look at that chat. I'm not the only one that thinks like that.
Jordan Paul, Gina Mo, Danny and Gabby. Somebody put Chef Carl, but I don't know.
He's fucking boring.
Right, in the Boondocks. And then as soon as he got there, they kicked him out. So now he's stuck in this little city and this little country city, and he can't get out. And he needs the chat to cover all of his expenses.
Oh my Lord! Hey, chat lives matter. Can you switch grids so we can read? We read the chat a little better.
Oh shit!
And we can see your artwork better.
Let's see. Boop, 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 boop. Wait. I try
to keep up with the chat. Chat lives don't matter in mine. Beth Osborne, that one. Come on now. Ain't nobody clearly aware of that, but yet you got to get the new people. So, listen, you want to hear a funny story?
Go ahead.
So I thought I was on my troll account because everybody got a troll account. If you don't, get one.
Get one. I say that at the end of every day too. You leave your personal account for the stuff you love. Use your troll account.
So I thought I was on my troll account, right? So I'm sitting here where I'm at now at my desk, and I was getting ready to go. I'm on a rolling chair, and my rolling machine's over off to the right of me. So I swipe into her live. I slide over to go get my cigarette, and I hear, "Hey, Tech." My ass hurried up and slid back to my desk, and I looked down at the chat, and I said, "Oh, I'm on my main." And she says, "I know you don't like me and we don't always see eye to eye." She said, "But what you did yesterday, man." And I was like, "What the fuck did I do yesterday?" You know what I mean? I couldn't fucking remember. Tell me I didn't make it on Reddit. Tekla supporting Beth. I was like, "Oh, you bitches. You bitches."
Hilarious. Yeah, I try to be mindful. I have my awareness page, and I keep my primary page to myself because that's for family. That's for a good time. That's for, sharing funny stuff. I have cats. I put my cats on there and stuff like that. But for awareness, it's a different account because it's on different business. And you have so many scammers who try to use the pieces of your personal life that they're able to see against you. So I tell anybody, if you want to join the awareness community, get a new awareness community account. Name it whatever you want to name it. But that way you're able to keep separate. And that's what I did. I wanted to be able to keep separate my personal life. Okay, so this is the next thing. So I'm gonna put a list together, and we can talk about it on Monday. But I want to do a mod live where I have invited mods to our top 5 people or 10, depending on how long it takes me to get the mods, to come in and talk about why they do it. What do they get out of it? I'm not saying that they all get money. I'm not saying that. But what do you get that makes you come back day after day after day?
Yeah,
Lie with them, lie for them, break their, take out their entire chat every time somebody says something that you even perceive to be a little bit disrespectful. You take it out. Why do you do it? Especially when they're lying.
They do that because the person's working them on. If you give your phone number to somebody, you've taken yourself real life with this app. You did it to yourself. That's where that's where the magic happens. That's where the manipulating. So, not this, I'm not talking about anybody specific. This is in general. So then you have, some of the awareness in the videos out there, you see like Amanda, Beth, they know exactly where Beth's at. So she uses that I'm being stalked. I'm being harassed and bullied because I come up on here and ask for a little bit. How long do these mods stay with them? You know what I mean? Is there a rotation out? Like, are you seeing a group of mods that stick around for are there any old time mods with them? You know what I mean? Not really, I don't think. I think they cycle out with them pretty quick. Andy live? Look, here. Andy's coming.
Oh, somebody's knocking on the door.
Get out of town. Oh. You not working? He ain't working? Man, he missing out on some days, boy. Get the fuck out of here. That man loving that bank account. But good for him. He's got 2 girls that he's raising, so he needs it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't have my teeth in, so I'm going to sound weird.
You okay?
I'm not putting them in.
You okay?
I'm putting them in. They hurt my mouth.
Wow.
I got my coffee. I feel so much better now.
Envy, drop your notifications down on your phone and pull back up.
Okay.
You're echoing. Or is it me?
No, I think it's...
Is that better?
No.
Do that.
India. I'll drop you and back up.
Okay.
Oh, they're live. Oh, that's me. Hold on.
Let me see something real quick. They're live together.
Was it her? It was both of us. We echoed off each other. Listen, that's a new saga. Everybody's tuning in. But listen, I'm not, hate the game, not the player. People will be talking, I get gifts. Yeah, I do. So I ain't, but you can't see for the game. She's going off. Oh yeah. It's all,
what account is she going
it's all part of the show.
What account is she going off on, guys?
What account is it? Yeah, I'm blocked, so I can't see her. She's got me blocked on all my accounts. I can't keep my mouth shut in her live. I
know.
can't.
I have an account that's supposed to be a listen only account, right? It's a burner. But sometimes, especially Amanda is my Achilles heel.
Yeah, I can't watch her neither. I can't. I want to get mean with her, so I leave.
Yeah, she is my Achilles heel, and so therefore,
I get it though.
I can never be quiet.
I swipe on that one. Well, I don't see much of her.
Unless she accepts me, I'm not going to be able to see it because it's a private account.
Yeah, I can't see her.
Gotta deal with it. Hey, teenage daughters, woo!
Yeah, I'm about ready to go deal with mine too. Mine are up and Adam.
Oh my God. Nikki Vanny. Is she the one that does the stuff for her father? She's new to me, but she's already struck a nerve. She's 29. She sits on there like she's 16 years old, completely incapable of being able to do anything.
You got a picture?
And then she's 20, but she's 29. Yes.
You have a picture?
I sure do. Hold on. I sure do.
Did he hear me? Oh, well. Go to work. You got a roof to fix? My fault. Let me keep my mouth shut. That's because it's true.
You don't got to keep your mouth shut around here.
He seen that balance that first day and was like, damn. Yeah, he did. Stop it. Call that caseworker. See where you can't get them food stamps. See if you can get them food stamps directed to you. You know what I'm saying? Something going on. My fault. Listen, I'm leaving.
No, don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. Don't leave yet.
Oh, yeah, I don't. Put yourself in a big box?
I'm trying to.
There you go. That's the boxes that we can see the chat better. Yeah, I don't know her.
Yeah. Nikki V. Look at how she's looking. First of all, her breasts, she always makes sure that those are hanging out nicely. But wait, I think I have a better.
Listen, you start directing them to Clapper. You'll make it real quick over there. Shit. That's a new campaign. Say, go try Clapper. You better go download Clapper. I didn't say he was. I didn't say he was scamming. I never said he was scamming. Was he?
Okay. That way we see the comments really good. Something else I want to say, because I know that one of the things I said I would talk about on Saturdays was romance scams, because they are still going on strong. There is a documentary on Netflix that came out recently, and it's called Sweet Bobby. Hold on, let me get the whole thing.
I'm dead. She said Clapper sounds like an STD.
It does. It does. The clap. You remember that?
Listen, you go over there, they be asking somebody. They'll come in D&D, and I'm like, what the hell? When I first went over there, I'm like, what the hell is a D&D? What the hell is D&D? Dungeons and Dragons?
Right.
That's my first thought. I mean, I'm old school. The clap. Yeah, there you go. The
Okay,
clapper.
it's called Sweet Bobby, My Catfish Nightmare. It's on Netflix. I watched it last night, which is part of the reason why I woke up late this morning. But it is
Supervisor.
a diabolical romance scam. Diabolical. Absolutely. Like the twists and the turns are, the ending is like, it's heart crushing.
D&D is not Dungeon and Dragons. Oh, look, I do have clothes on. Yeah. But no, D&D is not Dungeon and Dragons. It is Do Not Disturb. Okay?
Yes,
So then I had somebody say, pop one out. And I was like, pop one out? What you want me to pop? What one do you want me to pop out? So I popped out one of my dentures. He didn't stay. He left.
Ah.
I didn't like it over there.
The wrong generation, man. They're messing with the wrong generation. They're messing with the wrong generation.
And then
My thing is, somebody, I forgot who it was that had gotten all this money. And I said in the chat, I think we were in Mexican Homies Live, and I was in the chat, and he was talking about how much money somebody had gotten in 1 month. And I was like, I am in the wrong business. I need to get over my little pride and get on here and beg, because I calculated that Lisa was asking for $30 3 times a day. So let's just say she got the $30 3 times a day. 3 times a day times, I want to say like 6 days for a year, turned out to be $32,000. I'm like, that is more than some people bring home after working an 8-hour shift. And she gets to get it by sitting on TikTok and begging for it? No, that needs to come to an end. That needs to come to an end. $32,000 from begging, and that's the low end, because we know that they end up getting more money than what they reveal.
Listen, I watched this scenario, and I'm not going to mention no names because they ain't need to be. But I watched this dude collect $13,000 off of one person. Well, there was an awareness about him, right? There was an awareness about this person that was just off of one person, of the manipulating and the conning and whatnot. I don't really say like the word scamming. I manipulate con, but then the person that brought forth all this information, was sitting there for a good minute with the person and also helped the person out. So I guess they were being manipulated too. Well, now that said person that never was accountable, really, they did a few lives about it. And because, there was an addiction involved, they backed off. And now he's doing awareness on people.
What?
And still part of, and nobody is still saying, hey, are you still doing this, running this shit? Mm-hmm. I know it was, like a month and a half ago. You know what I mean? And are you accountable for that still?
That's what I said to Kim. I said, you talk about how you take accountability. I have never heard you once apologize to the people who you helped Lisa. Not once, but you want me to believe you took accountability? Now, most people are smart enough to do it in that moment. Like, I did do it, but in case you didn't hear it, I apologize. She stayed silent because she has no intentions of apologizing, because she agrees with everything she's already said. She might say later, oh, I made a mistake on such and such. No, she didn't. Hey,
real quick, does anybody know do you know if anybody records Lori's lives? I don't know.
Yeah, they do. Oh, thank you for the.
She had a white outfit on. She danced again.
Oh man, I missed it.
Oh, I missed all that fun.
It was fun.
Go ahead. Hope for Healing Advocacy.
Hi.
Thank you for coming in. Hello, how are you?
I'm good. I've been observing just a lot in my very short time here on the TT streets. And wow. And even some of the messages I get in terms of the romance scams are interesting that come through that I quickly block and delete. But, Lisa's been offered help by Tech, by Villain, by myself, by many others behind the scenes. And, it's just a real simple message. Don't give someone an active addiction money. We call it what it is.
Correct.
Correct. And I pray every day. Like, the bottom line is we don't give up 5 minutes before the miracle. And there's always hope until there isn't. And I'm just going to keep remaining hopeful, however bleak it may appear at times, that she's ready to take that next step to do what she needs to do to, to live a clean lifestyle.
Right, right. And you never know what the thing is. You never know what the thing is that's going to turn it around.
Right.
I really wish that Lisa would sever ties with Kim, because I think it would make it go a little faster.
And those of us who are in recovery, we often, it is suggested in the beginning that we move away, get away from people, places, and things, and that includes people who are not healthy for us, people who are still in active addiction. So, yeah, I mean, it's not a healthy friendship for either one of them, and they're, scamming their way every day on here. So all we can do is I do think there's a fine line between awareness and having a moral compass as well. I think there's a way to do awareness that remains positive with, I just don't quite understand, but so I just wanted to say thank you, because your page screams positivity to me this morning.
Oh, thank you. Well, Tech became the host. I'm just the Tech's co-host.
Don't go there. I found you the other day. Your voice was calming, and like I said, it was just it was a nice live to sit in. I don't usually sit in lives for too long. Usually I'm like swipe pretty fast, but I hung out in yours for a little while the other day.
Yeah, and it feels I feel that, and that's why I stopped to kind of listen in this morning. And again, we all have the power of observation. I just, I think some of us just really need to be mindful and be aware and observe.
She includes you, and then today, I didn't call her out, but she could have took offense to it, but she appreciated the only thing that I seen in her live was she said rack was cheap, and I sitting here rolling, man. I was like, nah, it was not.
Not when you're doing it multiple times a day. It's not cheap.
Correct. And I listen.
Why do you think she's on here asking for $15 every 15 minutes?
I'm wrong all the time. I had someone accuse me of going live because I like to hear myself talk. So I welcome them to come to the live and say what it is they had to say. Of course,
right?
Oh, shit. I can make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. I'm not right about everything. And like I said, even on that, when I was saying it, I wasn't thinking about the totality of what someone would use in a day. I was literally thinking, if you walk up right now and buy it, it's cheap.
Yeah, I could get a $5 piece. I was constantly going
for $15 every. You know what I mean? That's
right.
That's what we're dealing with multiple times a day. Times that by and your figures you mentioned earlier probably are on the conservative side of just in 1 year the money that she has scammed out of people on this app, and it's sad. If she chooses a new way of life at some point, the hope is that she'll make amends for that in the best way that she's capable of, and I assume some consequences regardless, to clean up that wreckage. But the hope is that she just takes this next step.
Right.
We've seen people
yesterday. Whenever I was live, I was like, Lisa, I believe that you have a disease that needs clinical care. This is not something you're going to be able to just wake up tomorrow and say, I'm done.
She's had a long relationship.
Your mom can't fix it. Your dad can't fix it. Kim can't fix it. They can't hold your hand through the process. You have to do this for yourself. No one could do it for you. And, they sat there silent, but...
shit.
But, just like Tech has offered to her, I know Villain, any one of us that especially has connections, in the field of work that I do, I could have her in treatment, even out of state, on a scholarship by the end of the day. I mean,
wow.
She just has to be willing, and those resources have been offered to her. But she does have a long-standing relationship on MAT as well, and I think at some point that'll have to be addressed. But that's an entirely different discussion. We probably don't want to go down right now. But
yeah, she's holding on to that tight,
oh, girl,
man. Real
yeah,
fucking tight.
yeah, she is. She's scared. She's
I know, and yeah, definitely. Look, my hand, I got goosebumps.
You know, there's for those of us in recovery, depending on what fellowship we go to, there's a text that, you know, does talk about at some point we all face that same dilemma, either suffer the pain of withdrawal or go back to using. And at some point we all face that dilemma. For those of us who have found recovery or suffering from addiction. So, you know, again, the hope is that she will take the hand, even just one hand. She's got many hands offering her help. She's just got to grab onto one of those and have the courage and the faith and the hope, just enough, you know, to do something different.
And all we're doing really is, a lot of people were saying we're coddling, you know, she's getting a free pass. All we're basically doing is planting a seed. That's it.
No, I don't coddle. I'm old school. I think, you know, Tech, you give me a good vibe of, you know, old school recovery as well. Baby the addict, bury the addict. I'm going to love you up, but I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to speak facts. I'm not going to sugarcoat a whole lot of stuff because we're dealing with addicts here. Yeah. We're dealing with.
Can you guys hear me?
We can now. Yeah.
Okay. I had to drop because nobody could hear me. I wanted to say, and the only thing I want to say is, you know, my DOC was pills. And I put my entire family almost homeless because, you know, dropping $50 on one pill 8 times a day, you know, it adds up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I could never come out here and beg for the amount of money that I would have needed on my daily usage. And I was also prescribed. So I was getting mine from my doctor and buying on the street. It was bad. It was really bad. $30,000 later. And my husband was ready to walk. And I had to get off of all of it. And I, you know, it's been 9 years, but it was really bad. I never dabbled in any other DOC. So I don't know the cost of the rack and what she was using. But I do know because there was some of the videos I watched on YouTube on the replays, people were saying she was also using Fent as well. And what I do know about that, because that was one of the DOCs my sister was using before she ended her life, those are like $60 a pill, at least where I live. So if that's what she was begging for, that's insane to me. Like, people were actually funding that. And I'm like, I spent $30,000 in 6 months.
Wow.
Like, I could never raise. Oh yeah, it was. I remortgaged our house. It was bad. It was real bad.
And I do think that there's a that the one piece that is a bit different with her is that she has done this so much more openly than many of us have, and are, you know.
Oh yeah, I couldn't understand that either. Where she was living, from my understanding, is like a high crime area with a lot of police, and they were doing this out in the open. And I just and I know I watch the news. I don't live, you know, super far from. I'm in New Jersey, but there was an article where Pittsburgh police were understaffed and all this other stuff, and so I get it. But what I don't get is, like, this is out in the open right there on the street. She does not hide her begging at all. The police are aware of her, apparently. So how is she still doing this and getting away with it?
Well, at some point she may not be. You know, that's the thing. We don't kind of know maybe what's going on. You know, I mean, Tech knows this. They're not trying to deal with the small fish. They're trying to go after the large fish. Now, they'll use the small fish. I understand that. They'll use the small fish for information gathering, but
that's what I mean. Like, how is it not followed? Like, if you just followed her, you can find the dealers. All you do is follow the addict. So I didn't understand that. It's just, the whole thing is weird to me. I was just so ashamed. I could never. But that's just my character. That's who I am. I could never, like, let it out or let it be known. Even after it was known, I denied, and still to this day, I admit it, but I'm ashamed of it. You know, and Tech, you know, I come in boxes. I never talk. I never come up in the box. I leave comments. I say things. But on this subject, I just had to let it out because it was bothering me. It was affecting me. I'm like, I have to speak on this because it's weird. The whole dynamic is weird. Where I live, I could never get away with something like that. Cops would follow me everywhere. So
Yeah.
it would never be this long. That's for sure. I don't know, you guys. I last night, and now I'm investigating her activity, and it's like I watch some of the behaviors, and I'm like, wow, this is not a good thing. I don't know if she's using or not. I'm trying to find out, but some of her behaviors remind me of me, and yeah, it's it's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
All we can do again is hope, you know,
Yeah.
that she, just like anybody else, you know, if there's anybody else in here that's listening and observing and I know can relate to what they're seeing, you know, there's help available. There's help available.
And you know, here's the thing. I found 2 marijuana vapes. I found those. And me and my husband, we're not like super, you know, oh my God, you're smoking weed. I grew up in a house where my dad was a functional pothead. I truly believe because he smoked weed, he didn't need ADHD medication because the man was super hyper and it calmed him down. So she's 17. It's not like she's, you know, she's 2 months away from 18. So it's not like she's a baby. So my husband and I are not making a big deal over that. I'm not exactly thrilled, but at the same time, just don't do it in my house and, you know, don't steal my money, that kind of thing. What can I do? You know, the whole weed thing is actually legal at this point. And she does suffer from anxiety from a trauma that she had in the past. So it's not like I'm like on her butt about it. It's the other stuff that I'm worried about now. It's the other, you know, and I talk to her and I'm like, look, here's the deal. You know my story. You've watched my story. So I need you to be open with me. I'm not going to, you know, beat you up about it. I'm going to get you help. I'm going to make sure that we, you know, we get this under control. And I just can't crack her yet. She is so difficult. So I'm just going to try to stay on her, but not, you know, be overbearing. Because I think if I'm overbearing, I'm actually going to push her more into whatever's going on.
Push her more, and you know, and oh shit, am I echoing?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah. Got a call.
not for me.
Envy, could you mute for me?
How do I mute?
Look down at the bottom of your panel.
Oh, I see it. I see it.
Is it me? I think it's her. Drop your
I'll
notifications.
come off the Bluetooth.
No, drop your notifications down. Another thing that, you know, more awareness needs to be spread is enabling unalives us slowly.
Is that better?
That is, yeah.
I was on the
Anybody-
Bluetooth. Yeah, I took it off Bluetooth.
But and some people don't even realize that they're enabling.
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid that as
We
well.
have to share you.
Rammer, do you know you're up here? Rammer.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Mute or digital. I see.
I'm gonna drop her.
Rammer.
Mommy.
Hey, Rammer. There she goes. She does do boxes, but TikTok's been inviting people up. But
To what you just said, Tech, I'm trying real hard not to be an enabler as well. There's a really fine line between being supportive and being enabling, and I'm just trying to crack it all. And I don't want to be, like I said, I don't want to be too forceful because I don't want to push her more. But I don't want to.
Virgo's trying to get up in a box.
Okay, I will invite her, and then I'm going to go make a cup of coffee because I need one.
I just got another one.
Yeah, I haven't had one yet today. So
This is my second Wawa trip. The lady at the Wawa was like, "Are you coming back?" I said, "No, this is it."
let's see.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I don't like the Keurig. I don't like the coffee that's in the way it tastes. It doesn't taste the same.
I ordered. I went on a Royal Caribbean cruise, and I literally was drinking their coffee morning and night. It was so good, and so
Oh, really?
we got the name of the company that they buy the coffee from, and I adore it. I adore it. It's not like regular Folgers or anything like that. It's some
Yeah.
Seattle. It's Seattle's best. That's
Yeah.
the coffee.
Okay.
K-cup. I like the strong. Hit me with it.
Right.
K-cup.
See, I'm not a strong person. I like Wawa's regular. I don't know if anybody knows because I know Wawa's only on one side of the country, but they have like the all different kinds. And the regular coffee, I'm like addicted to it. I drink it like 4 times a day. Also work 10 hours a day too. So imagine that. But yeah, that's my coffee of choice. That's my DOC.
I get. So Virgo, what's up? What did you want to come up and say, honey?
So I just want to say, in regards to the police and Lisa, where she lives at in the city, the police are trying at all costs not to go there unless like people are leaking, if you know what I mean. Like they don't want to go there.
Right.
It's kind of like a fend for yourself situation.
Yeah.
If at all possible. So what she's doing on the street is no different than what most people are out there. There's lots of that activity. She's not exclusive.
Yeah.
So,
It's just weird
that's
to me.
the
I
story
just
in
don't
a lot of
understand
big cities, not just Pittsburgh.
it. Wow. Yeah, well, it's everywhere, and I don't live in a big city. I actually live in a very secluded area, and it's everywhere here too. So
Right.
it's just strange. The whole thing is strange.
In regards to her behavior, Lisa's been doing this in some capacity for most of her adult life. She did it for years on Facebook until she got banned and can't go live over there.